Hello everyone, myself Garima. This session is for GNM second year, and in today's session we're gonna talk about the topic intestinal obstruction. Anatomy of small and large intestine. As we all know that intestines are the part of digestive system and the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal is of 7.5 centimeter in length. It is also called as gastrointestinal tract or GERD. The main function of the organs of the alimentary canal is to provide nutrition to the body. The mouth, esophagus, stomach, and intestines are the part of the gastrointestinal tract, but we will talk about the intestines part of gastrointestinal tract. So, first one is a small intestine. The major events of digestion and absorption occur in a long tube called small intestine. Average diameter of small intestine is 2.5 centimeter and length is 3 to 5 meter in living person. Small intestine divided into three regions. First is duodenum. Duodenum is the first part of the small intestine. Second one is jejunum. Jejunum is the second part of the small intestine. Third one is ileum. Ileum is the third and last part of the small intestine. So first is duodenum. Duodenum is the first part of small intestine, which means 12 because it is about as long as the width of 12 fingers. Duodenum is the shortest region, about 25 centimeter long. It curved around the head of the pancreas. Second is jejunum. Jejunum is the second part of the small intestine, which means empty because it found empty after death. Jejunum has a wider diameter, that is average 3 centimeter than the ileum. The length of jejunum is 1 to 2 meter. Last one is ileum. Ileum is the third and last part of the small intestine. Ileum is distal and longest region of small intestine, about 2 to 3 meter long. Ileum contains many lymphoid nodules. Ileum joins the first part of large intestine at the ileocecal valve, that is sphincter. Ileocecal valve control the flow of material from ileum to the cecum and prevent regurgitation. Second one is a large intestine. Large intestine is a terminal portion of gastrointestinal tract which extends from the ileum, that is the first part of large intestine, to the anus. Large intestine is about 1.5 meter, that is 5 feet long, and 6.5 centimeter in diameter. Large intestine divided into four principal regions. First one is cecum, which means blindness. A 6 centimeter long blind pouch inferior to ileocecal valve called cecum. Inferior to cecum, a 12 centimeter long twisted coiled tube called vermiform appendix, which contains lymphoid tissue. Vermiform appendix attached to the lower end of cecum and situated into a right iliac fossa. Second part of large intestine is ascending colon. Part above to ileocecal valve called ascending colon. Ascending colon passes upward from cecum to the level of liver, where it turns abruptly to left and form the right colic flexure. After this turn, ascending colon. Third one is a transverse colon. Transverse colon is a loop of colon which extends across the abdominal cavity. Beneath the spleen, it curves to downward, which is called as left colic flexure. Then last part of large intestine is descending colon. Downward extension of colon called descending colon. At the level of the pelvic brim, the descending colon turns inward in the shape of the letter S and is then called the sigmoid colon. Now, the introduction of intestinal obstruction. Inability of the intestines to push food contents through lumen either because of mechanical or non-mechanical reasons is known as intestinal obstruction. Intestinal obstruction is also known as bowel obstruction. The unique feature of intestinal obstruction is dilatation of the intestinal segment proximal to the side of obstruction and collapse of segment distal to the obstruction. The obstruction may occur in small or large intestine. Intestinal obstruction may be complete or partial obstruction and may be due to mechanical or paralytic cause. It may be found as congenital anomalies or as acquired condition. Definition: intestinal obstruction is a mechanical or functional obstruction of the intestines, preventing the normal transit of the products of digestion. Incidence rate: intestinal obstruction occurs in about 1 in 1500 live births. Causes: small bowel obstruction. First one is adhesions from previous surgery, hernias containing bowel, Crohn's disease, neoplasm, intussusception, foreign bodies, intestinal atresia. Then large bowel obstruction causes include: first one is neoplasm, hernias, inflammatory bowel disease, adhesions, constipation, colon atresia. Last one is the intestinal pseudo obstruction. Clinical manifestations of intestinal obstructions are: first one is abdominal colic, abdominal distension, bilious vomiting, absence of flatus and no passage of stool, fever, drowsiness, toxicity. Then there is increased bowel sound which may reduce gradually. Then minimal diffuse tenderness of abdomen may also present, and last is the child may manifest with shock and respiratory distress. Next is diagnostic evaluation. First one is history collection, then physical examination, then abdomen x-ray, then barium enema. What is barium enema? Barium enema is an x-ray exam that can detect changes or abnormalities in the large intestine. The procedure, barium enema procedure, is also called a colon x-ray. In this, an enema is the injection of a liquid into rectum through a small tube. In this case, the liquid contains a metallic substance, that is barium, that coats the lining of the colon. Normally, an X-ray produces a poor image of soft tissue, but the barium coating results in a relatively clear image of the colon. During a barium enema exam, air may be pumped into the colon. Then this air expands the colon and improves the quality of images. This is called an air contrast, that is double contrast barium enema. Before a barium enema, doctor will instruct to completely empty colon. Then next is a sigmoidoscopy. What is sigmoidoscopy? Sigmoidoscopy is an examination which is used to evaluate the lower part of the large intestine. Then next is ultrasound and blood examination. Medical management. First one is to stabilize a patient and monitor vital signs. Second is IV fluid therapy, administered IV fluid therapy. Then provide a opioid pain relievers which may be used for patient with severe pain. Then antiemetics may be administered if the patient is vomiting. Then early bowel decompression with a nasogastric tube decreases the chance of abdominal distension, vomitus and aspiration. Then administer broad spectrum antibiotics. Then next is a surgical management. In this, laparotomy followed by a specific surgery to be done. What is laparotomy? Laparotomy is an operation to look inside abdomen and at the organs there. In this, resection of bowel is done for obstructing lesions or strangulated bowel along with end-to-end anastomosis. Then second is enterotomy is performed for removal of foreign bodies in the intestine. What is enterotomy? Enterotomy is a surgical incision into the intestine. Enterotomy can be done to remove an obstruction or foreign bodies from the intestine. Thank you.